This is a podcast by the Straits Times.
Welcome to the Portraits of Purpose podcast series brought to you by DBS Bank. In this series, we speak to purpose-driven businesses committed to solving the challenging issues of our time. Nothing shines brighter in the midst of adversity than light born of hope, courage, perseverance, and generosity. You can find stories of purpose-driven people who demonstrate such qualities at the website go.dbs.com/portraits. In this fourth episode, we meet Gillian Tee, CEO and co-founder of Homage, a company that uses smart technology to enable expert, flexible, personalised home and nursing care for seniors. So, Gillian, I understand that the inspiration for your Homage app comes from your childhood memories.
I think what was characteristic about my childhood was that I spent a lot of time with two individuals, people who I consider very dear to me. One was my childhood caregiver. Secondly is my grandmother. So three of us will always spend a lot of time together.
Now, when you were 10 years old, your childhood caregiver died after a battle with breast and bone cancer. How did that memory inspire you, Gillian?
I think that experience has really shaped who I am, and I think it does, to very much extent, fuel and drive what I'm doing currently with Homage, and it's a tribute back to her.
Gillian, you were a software engineer and a tech consultant in the US. So you decided to put technology at the heart of your new company here in Singapore. How does that work for caregiving?
Homage essentially, we're a platform that mobilizes, equips, trains, curated and trained care professionals to deliver a range of healthcare services and medical services to those who need it, be it directly to families or to organizations who require our support. So technology is at the center of everything that we do, and really enables us to not just ensure that we're able to bring on board and gather and mobilize and train all of our care professionals, but also enables us to deliver care and do so very efficiently for our partners as well.
So you received the DBS Foundation Social Enterprise Grant in 2016. You started with more than 200 professional caregivers. Now you're hosting over 3,000 caregivers in Singapore, and hospitals and homes for the aged also use Homage.
Over the last year, we've expanded into Malaysia, and we're now currently operating in 3 states. Beyond that, I think one of the key developments has been we've started to partner with many health organizations, including hospitals, nursing homes, and day centers, to support them in their care delivery, enable them to scale their care services, as well as providing technology solutions to them. We have also expanded our services beyond just caregiving nursing, but also then added rehabilitation, so that therapy services such as physio, speech, and occupational therapy, as well as medical services. So that includes house call medical visits. So as part of telemedicine and house call visits, we are part of the provision of medication.
Now, during these pandemic times in Singapore, what is Homage also doing now?
As part of the national effort to respond to and fight COVID-19, us alongside MOH as well as a small group of providers and partners, we conducted swab tests, a range of different settings within nursing home, and as well as, of course, foreign worker dormitories. Yeah, I think, it really consolidated my fundamental belief that we need to provide decentralized care at scale, particularly during the pandemic. I mean, we also delivered care for the elderly and children whose loved ones were impacted by COVID because they were either in SHN or in quarantine. We provided care to nursing homes where their staff was in quarantine because they had residents that were C+ and tested COVID positive. So I think this notion of really ensuring that people are well taken care of, we're able to be there where it counts the most, I think it was really consolidated through this crisis. Yeah, we were just glad to play a part, in this effort.
So, Gillian, you're seeing the fruits of decentralized caregiving at a large scale?
I think as I continue to build Homage and work with my team, I think I realize that this is really what I want to spend, my time on, because it's really about personal impact and ensuring that we can build a strong team to work towards that mission. I think I'm still growing, I'm still improving. I have a lot to learn still and grow and improve on. But I would say definitely moving into healthcare was a huge turning point. Never expected that, but it's been one of the most rewarding.
Thanks, Gillian. You've given us a portrait of purpose in evolving the future of caregiving. The Portraits of Purpose podcast series is brought to you by DBS Bank. In this series, we speak to purpose-driven businesses committed to solving the challenging issues of our time. Nothing shines brighter in the midst of adversity than light born of hope, courage, perseverance, and generosity. Do watch out for our next episode in a week's time on Sunday to find out who will be featured and their story of purpose in this podcast series.
That was an SPH podcast by the Straits Times. Find us on Spotify, Apple or Google Podcasts, or streaming on Google Home. Do feedback to us at podcast@sph.com.sg. You can also check out more podcasts on various topics at the Straits Times, the Business Times, and Money FM 89.3.